Open SWE is not trying to be another local chat panel. The official README calls it an open-source version of the internal coding agent pattern used by teams that meet engineers in Slack, Linear, GitHub, and web apps. The promised shape is issue in, sandbox workout, draft PR at the end. That is a bigger architecture than a terminal assistant. The result we care about is not just a diff. It is an async loop that can receive an issue, clone a repo, work inside an isolated environment, run validation, and open a pull request with traceable context. The README says Open SWE is built on LangGraph and deep agents. It calls out cloud sandboxes, Slack and Linear invocation, sub-agent orchestration, and automatic PR creation. The tool list is intentionally small. Execute shell commands, fetch URLs, make HTTP requests, commit and open PRs, comment in Linear, and reply in Slack threads. That is a good sign. Serious internal agents usually do not win by having 500 random tools. They win by having the right tools, good context, and deterministic middleware around risky steps. The installation guide is not a one-line install. It walks through local development, GitHub app creation, LangChain's configuration, webhooks, and production deployment. Prerequisites include Python 3.11 through 3.13, UV, the LangGraph CLI, and Grok for local webhook development. It also requires a GitHub app with contents, pull requests, issues, and metadata permissions. That means Open SWE is not the first coding agent you install for fun on a Tuesday night. It is for people who actually want an async engineering system. The important loop is easy to understand even before you run the full stack. A real issue contains the request. The sandbox clones the repo. The agent reads agents.md if the repo has one, so coding conventions and test rules become part of the prompt. It edits files, runs checks, commits, and the OpenPR safety net makes sure the work becomes reviewable. In the local proof here, the tiny repo starts with a failing test and ends with a small passing diff. Open SWE aims to wrap that kind of work in a bigger GitHub and collaboration loop. This is not competing with a fast one-shot edit in Codex or Claude Code. It is competing with the internal agent systems companies build when they want work to happen away from the IDE. The sweet spot is repetitive engineering tasks with clear tickets, strong test suites, and enough team process to justify app permissions and webhooks. The danger is over-deploying it before you have the basics: clean repo instructions, small scoped issues, safe credentials, and a review policy for every PR it opens. OpenSWE is one of the more interesting open-source coding agent projects because the architecture matches how real teams actually delegate work. But it is heavy. If you want a local assistant, start elsewhere. If you want an async issue to PR system that you can customize, this is worth a serious build session. My recommendation is to test it on one internal tool repo first, with one narrow issue, one required test command, and no auto-merge. Let the agent earn trust one PR at a time. The security checklist is not optional for Open SWE. A GitHub app with write access can push branches and open pull requests, so you need the smallest repository scope, clear webhook secrets, protected branches, and no auto-merge during the first tests. LangChain's and sandbox providers also become part of the trust boundary. That is not a reason to avoid the project. It is the reason to treat the first install like infrastructure, not like a browser extension. Build it in a sandbox account before giving it team repositories. The first pilot should be boring. Pick one internal repo with tests that run quickly. Add an agents.md file with exact commands and coding rules. Create a Linear issue or GitHub issue that asks for one narrow bug fix. Watch whether the agent reads the context, changes the right file, runs validation, and opens a reviewable PR. If that works, add one more task. Do not scale to many repositories until the agent has proven it can handle the smallest loop cleanly. Before you copy this workflow, use a simple checklist. First, confirm the official source, not a random tutorial mirror. Second, save the repo link, docs link, and exact setup command in your notes. Third, create a disposable repo with one failing test so the agent has a safe place to prove itself. Fourth, require a real output artifact, a passing test, a browser check, a pull request draft, or a hook run. Fifth, review the diff yourself. The point of these videos is not to make every agent look magical. The point is to separate tools that can close a verification loop from tools that only produce confident text. If the tool passes the small benchmark, then try it on a real project. If it fails the small benchmark, do not let branding, stars, or hype talk you into giving it more access. Keep the loop boring, visible, and reversible. That is how you get useful AI coding help without turning your repo into a science experiment.